Hey everybody, and welcome to my knitting podcast, Knit with Lovergard. Lovergard, that is me. My name is Louise Overgaard, and I live in Denmark with my family. I have 3 kids and a husband, and yeah, that's basically it. If you've watched one of my episodes before, I did at one point do regular English podcasts, but not everybody enjoyed them, and so I stopped. And today I just really felt like doing an episode in English, and this is my channel, so I get to do what I want. But if you are a Danish regular viewer, take heart. There will be a regular episode podcast in Danish soonish. Let's see. But this episode is in English, and since it's been a really long time since I've last recorded an English episode, there's like no point in doing finished objects because there has been a lot. So I'm just doing whips. On the other hand, I do have a lot of acquisitions this episode because I recently had a birthday and I spent a lot of money. So if that's like not your jam, just skip that. But I hope you will stay for my whips. And let's just jump right into it. This is what I'm wearing today. It is a Hyun sweater by Knits, another Danish designer, I know. I knit this last year. Yeah, I think I finished it like last autumn. It took forever because there's a lot of stitches. You do knit it inside out, so you have more like knit stitches than purl stitches, and then flip it over. So this is the wrong side, that becomes the right side. It's knit in just an undyed sock yarn, fingering sock yarn, and a Surrey alpaca that I dyed myself. So yeah, it's really cozy, and it's something I typically wear like today when I have one of my days off work and I'm just like running errands and maybe doing a little bit of cleaning. But yeah, I want to feel cozy and warm. It is spring right now in Denmark, but today is actually kind of chilly. Last week we had really warm weather. Now it's cold again. The sun isn't even out. It did rain a little this morning. So I hope the lighting situation will be okay. I have an overhead light, which is not the best, I know, and it even reflects in the pictures behind me. So yeah, it is what it is. I can't do anything about it. But yeah, as I said, let's just dive right into the whips. And 2 of the whips are long-standing whips. No, it's not. They haven't been on the needles that long. They're both something I started in March, April. But they're not finished yet. So let's start with those. One of them is this sweater. It's a sweater. From the Knit Is On. It's called Forever Rip Tee. And it is a really basic, contiguous shoulder construction with stripes. Yeah, with stripes. I'm knitting it on I think like 3.5 millimeter needle, 3 millimeter needle, maybe 3 millimeter needle. Yeah, I know it's supposed to say somewhere. Here you go. Oh, I'm down to a 2.75. Yeah, because I have a tendency to, when I'm like past the very fiddly bits, my tension gets really loose. So I think you're supposed to be knitting this on a 3.5, and yeah, I'm on a 2.75, which is an American 2, right? Yeah, an American size 2 needle. I started all my like summer, spring projects. So everything for a while was just on small needles. So this was maybe not the right project to begin because it is knit in all like sock yarn, so merino nylon yarns. But it's something I'm knitting along with my knitting group. And there's not really a deadline on it. So this is just something I knit on if I find the time. Right now I haven't touched it for at least like a week. So yeah, it's there, but I think this is something I want to wear in the autumn. So yeah, you can see the colors here. It's mostly it's totally all of the colors are Danish hand dyers. There's knit by Maltrup and Ladybug. These two are Ladybug, this one, and they're from an advent calendar. And these 3 are from different like monthly yarn clubs. And yeah, I think they go really well together. The original pattern is, I think, only 3 different colors, but then I would need more than 1 skein of each. So I decided to do 5 colors, and then I could get rid of some of my single skeins from my stash. I did choose to cut the yarn after each stripe instead of just like carrying it down because of the 5 colors. I think it would be like too difficult to keep control of the yarn on the inside with so many different strands. So I decided to cut them, and I will have a big job on my hands when I finish this tying in ends and weaving in ends, or what I'm going to do. I did ask on my Danish podcast if anyone knew of I think there's this way where you can like braid it on the inside, all of the ends. If anyone's done that successfully or know of any easy ways to weave in ends. I didn't want to do a weaving Steven on this one either, because when I do it, I only do it on like shawls or blankets where I think they blend in more the colors than on this sort of stuff with this like sock yarn, kind of slippery and not as forgiving. So that was whip number 1. Whip number 2. This is, by the way, a bag my mother-in-law made for me. And this is my Market Henley by Perfectly Knotted. And it's knit in this merino, 80% merino, 20% linen yarn by a Danish dyer called Une Lykkepiller, which I'm a huge fan of her. And she actually gave this to me for Christmas. And the yarn is so soft, and the project, the sweater is just turning out so light and really, really soft. So can't wait to get it done. But again, I am knitting. I think this one is on 3mm needles. And yeah, so that's like 2.5 American, 2.5 size needle. And it's all over this waffle stitch pattern. And right now, the reason I haven't gotten that much done this last week has been because I did see a couple of other people knitting this, and they all say that this stitch pattern grows really like a lot when blocking. I only had 3 skeins of this yarn, and I have this much left. And as you can see, I'm on the second sleeve right now. I did the first sleeve this far, and I finished the body, but it seems really cropped. I didn't add extra length to it. According to the pattern, you're supposed to knit, I can't even remember, to like 21 centimeters. What's that in inches? Like 10 inches or something. And I did add extra length, and I still feel like it's quite cropped. So what I decided to do after thinking about it for a while was knit this sleeve to the same length as this sleeve where I stopped, and then block it. Usually I never do like mid-project blocks or anything like that, because yeah, I'm lazy. But I think for this one, also because I have the restraints of the amount of yarn I have left, I will block it and see how I feel about the length on the body, and that will decide how long I'll do the sleeve. Because as it is now, I think with blocking and then adding the rib, it will be like three-quarter length sleeves, and that would be okay because it is like a summer sweater with the linen content of the yarn. So that would actually work really well. But yeah, I want to use all the yarn up, so if it turns out the body's the perfect length after blocking, I'll just do full length sleeves as well. So that's why this hasn't gotten that much work the last week, because yeah, I've been contemplating. And so yeah, now I just have to knit the sleeve for like another 20 centimeters and then block it. So the next whip is a new project that I haven't shown yet. It is a summer project. That's the Shoreline top by Coco Amore knitwear. And I saw this top as she was like knitting it on Instagram, like before she even released the pattern, and I just loved it. And I tried to get in on the test knit, and I even bought the yarn beforehand, and I didn't get in on the test knit, so I've just been waiting for the pattern to be released. And luckily it did this like past week or something, I think. And it turned out really lucky actually that I bought the yarn beforehand, because as it turned out, Petite Knit also just released a tee in the same yarn. So it's like impossible to get a hold of anywhere in this color. So it actually turned out to be a good thing that I bought it beforehand. It's this Gepard yarn. It's called Cotton Waves. It's 90% cotton, 10% linen, and it's very like wavy and thick and thin, in places like very thin. It is a cotton, mostly cotton yarn, which you can definitely feel when you're knitting with it. It can be a bit rough on your hands. Also because it's a vest and it's knit flat, there's a lot of purl stitches, so yeah, my hands don't love it. I'm knitting it on wooden needles. These are my Lantern Moon needles, because I feel like that does help with the cotton, both that it's not like, because the cotton yarn's kind of slippery, so it doesn't slide as well, so the wooden needles give a little bit of a grip, but these Lantern Moon needles are really smooth, so it's not a lot, but it does help a little bit. Yeah, it just hurts my hand less knitting with wooden needles usually. But yeah, this is where I'm at. I did the back panel, which is just like, this is very easy, normal, standard procedure for this type of vest. So I did the back panels, picked up for right front, left front, and now I am just knitting back and forth. I stopped at this point because I'm about to start knitting the button band, and I have to pay a bit more attention to what I'm doing. And I had the kids running around the weekend, which normally you would think the weekend would be the time I get most of my knitting done because I just have more time. But then the kids are there all the time and they are active and they want to be entertained. So usually it's about 50-50 how much knitting time I have during the weekends and during the rest of the week. And then I do my knitting at night after work and the kids are tired. So sometimes I get more done like in the hour before or after dinner, kind of. If you wanted to know. Well, now you do. Well, yeah. So that's why I kind of stalled, was because I needed to start the button band. And yeah. It's really straightforward. There's nothing to it. This is just one of those projects where I really want the finished result. It is something I want to wear as a top, like not as a layering piece. I think it would look nice like over a white t-shirt or something. You could style it like that, but mostly I'm thinking I want to do it, wear it as a top. And with the weather being as it is right now, this is not something that's like gonna get worn anytime soon. But I want it done just to get it done. But yeah, shoreline top, Coco and more knitwear. Is she a Danish designer? I don't even know if she's like German. I don't know. Anyways, not the point. So, as you can see, I just finished a lot of projects on small needles. I still have 2 projects going on really small needles. And yeah, I was kind of, I had a hankering for some wool, really, because everything is like knitted in sock yarn or linen or cotton, and I just really missed wool. And I watched an American podcaster called Naughty Mess, Megan, and she is co-hosting a knit along with like Tori Yu patterns, and they're knitting tops for flock. And it's not like I'm going to flock, but I can still knit along. The only thing you really had to do was pick a Tori Yu pattern. And as I am in the Northern Hemisphere and we're going into summer, it would make sense to choose a summer pattern, like one of her many tees. But because of my hankering for wool, I decided I would knit a sweater. And I really, because also I'm doing the Market Henley, I really like that Henley construction. And we're going on our summer vacation really early this year, in about a month. We're going to Bornholm, which is an island, and it can be kind of windy. So I thought it would actually be a really good idea to knit a sweater I could wear on my summer holidays, like if it's cold or in the evenings outside in the yard, or yeah, just like kind of a jacket type sweater. So I really wanted to knit along, and I wanted to do this sweater. And I had some yarn for it actually in my stash, but the yarn I had was blue, and I didn't want this sweater to be blue. I wanted it to be like very neutral. So I had to buy some yarn, and luckily it was my birthday like a couple of weeks ago, so I bought some yarn. I bought a sweater quantity, I bought a sweater quantities of this pure grit in the color 1032. It's just like, I think it's marl light gray, something like that, in Danish anyway. It is this really nice gray color, very neutral, very, yeah, great. And the pattern I wanted to do was to use Courage Henley. So the knit along started May 10th. You were allowed to like have whips, but I was intending on not casting on till the 10th. I wasn't gonna join the cast on party because that would have been like 1 a.m. my time. So I couldn't do that, but I wanted to cast on May 10th. I did this is a saddle shoulder construction. So I did my swatch, my swatch as one of my shoulder panels. And then I didn't do anything for like 2 weeks. And then on the 9th of May, I had a sick day, and I was just in bed feeling quite sad and awful, really kind of dizzy actually. And but I could knit. I have to be really sick for me not to be able to knit. So, but I had a whole day where I could knit in bed, and I didn't have any of the kids home. So I decided that it would be okay to like cast on the day before the knit along started. So I did. And this just knits up so quickly. So I'm already like joined in the round and finished one sleeve. This is another Henley. So the construction is the same as the market Henley, where yeah, the button band and the neckline is going to be picked up later on and is like just a normal rip, same as the sleeve, just a 1x1 rip. And I'm on the second sleeve. I'm knitting then on another pair of Lantern Moon needles. This is a 4mm, a size 6 needle, which is, I think the pattern suggests 4.5 needle, but I am a loose knitter, so I just know I have to go down. But yeah, this is just flying away, and I love pure grit. This is one of my all-time favorite yarns, and as soon as I got this in my hands, I was just like, I love this. I just love knitting with this. It's just so easy to get in like a groove with it. Just, yeah, the motion, it's just so thin. Yeah. So I really love that. I do think I'll have to unravel some of the body because my tension kind of, yeah. Like I said, on the Forever Rip Tee, as soon as I'm past like the fiddly bits, my tension tends to get larger, smaller, whatever, looser. That's what I'm looking for. My tension tends to get a bit looser. So that's what happened here on the body as well. So I think I will have to unravel like a lot of the body and either like pay more attention or maybe go down another size. needle. Yeah, I'll figure that out. The sleeves I've been better at, but that's on a smaller circumference as well. I did make one change in the pattern so far, that the decreases on the sleeves are actually supposed to be on the outside of the sleeve. So they're supposed to be like here on the arm. And I really didn't like that. And when I was watching like people's projects on Ravelry, you could tell that it got like a kink by the elbow. There's like the decreases on the sleeve are quite rapid. So I can't say how often it is, but it's quite often that you decrease. So if you see the sleeve, you can kind of see there's this bend, and that bend was on the outside of the sleeve. So when people are just standing with their arms like down along their body, you could see the sleeve just did like a kind of a barrel leg, like a barrel sleeve. And I didn't like it. So I did the same sleeve, but I just did the decrease on the inside of the arm, and we'll see how it works. If it looks strange, I'll just unravel and do them again. So yeah, the Courage Henley by Tori Yu, NYC, in Pure Grit, and I love it. And yeah, I got really far in no time at all, because it's just flying off the needles, but also because I think I stress knit a little bit because I want to wear it for my vacation in a month. So that's why. Yep. Okay. So the thing was, I got the wool in my hands, and I was having the time of my life. I really loved it. And I still had that blue yarn in stash. And I was like, maybe I should cast on the project I was intending to do with that blue yarn. And that yarn was intended to be an Eva cardigan by Petite Knit. And I wasn't quite feeling it anymore. I think I bought the yarn last autumn. Yeah, last fall. I think I bought the yarn last fall. So it's been a project like in my mind for a long time, and maybe I just like fell out of love with it. I don't know. But I wasn't feeling it, and I didn't feel like doing another cardigan right now. And knit flat. I didn't want to knit flat. But I was kind of feeling doing something lace, because it's summer, and I don't know why, like when it starts getting colder, I want to knit cables. When it starts getting warmer, I want to knit lace. It's totally influenced by the Instagram, I think, maybe. I don't know, but that's just how I feel. So I really wanted to knit something lace. And I was looking for different patterns, and nothing was really striking my fancy. But then I found, or the other loops came out with the Lazy Loop Tee. And it's a t-shirt. It's intended for summer yarns, so not at all for Pure Grit. But there's also like a sweater version of that, which is the striped loop sweater. Is that what it's called? Where it's striped, so it's like a two-colored sweater, stripes and eyelet rows. Sorry, my husband just phoned. So yeah, I saw this pattern by Other Loops. There was a sweater. I kind of Wasn't a fan of the sweater, just because I didn't want 2 colors and I didn't want 2 strands. I wanted to knit with my blue Pirkut. So I decided to like do a mashup of the 2 patterns. I bought the lacy loop tee pattern, and that is basically what I'm knitting. I'm just knitting it in wool, and I am like doing it according to pattern, but I am intending on knitting it with long sleeves. So I got really far on this one as well, because it's really fun to knit. This is the t-shirt, and this is my sweater so far. So I am already on the ribbing. You have to do like 8 centimeters of ribbing. So that's like, what, 3 inches kind of. And yeah, and then I'm on the sleeves. So I'm gonna do it exactly like the t-shirt, but I'm just gonna keep on knitting the sleeves and then doing the ribbing like on the bottom of hem. I'm gonna do that on the sleeves as well. And yeah, I think it's gonna look really good and still kind of summery, which was kind of my intention, because like with the Courage Henley, this is something I really wanted to bring on my vacation, because this is just perfect summer sweater with all of these eyelets. Of course, they're going to stretch out with blocking, but yeah, with all of these eyelets, I just foresee it being the perfect, like it's an island, so we're by the water at all times. This is like the perfect cover up for the beach sweater, if you get the vibe of it, you know. So I can't wait. I really can't wait. I've been knitting like a mad woman because I really want to get it done. I think it was kind of difficult figuring out how much it's gonna grow again with blocking, because I did see some photos on Instagram on the hashtag for this tee that it grew a lot, but people are using different yarns, people knit differently, so I don't know. Of course there's like a length in the pattern you're supposed to knit to. I'm knitting a size 3. Yeah, I'm knitting a size 3 on 3.5 millimeter needles, I think. Yeah, 3.5, so that's 2.5 US. And I just switched to the ribbing needle, which is a 3.25 or 3, size 3 US. You're supposed to knit it on 4 millimeter for the body and 3.5 for the ribbing. So my sizes are always smaller because I'm a really loose knitter. This is the first time I've knitted Pirkut on a 3.5 needle. I usually always knit it on a 4 millimeter, like a 6, or a 4.5 millimeter needle, because I think it does bloom a lot. It is 100% Norwegian wool, so I know it will bloom a lot. So because I'm knitting on a smaller needle than I'm used to, I'm really unsure how much this is going to grow. So that's just going to be exciting. And maybe that is also one of the reasons why I'm knitting so fast, because I just can't wait to see how this is going to turn out. So yeah, that's my last whip. And definitely the 2 last projects are getting the most attention. And that's, I know, kind of stupid because they're wool sweaters and it is me. But what can I say? That's just where my heart is right now, and you have to follow the joy. So it is what it is. that was it for whips. And if you are not interested in acquisitions, if that's not for you, thank you so much for watching this far. I would love to know where you're watching from, so please leave a comment, please subscribe if you want to, and I hope to see you soon. Otherwise, we're gonna dive into the acquisitions. There are quite a lot, people. So I know this is a lot. This is not how it usually is for me. I don't buy this much yarn, but as I said, I had a birthday and I spent all my birthday money on yarn. So I did buy this sweater quantity. This one I already had in stash, but I also bought some other stuff. And I hope not to make too much noise, but let's see. Along with this, I also got from like the same store some double Sunday in this burgundy color, deep burgundy. It's the color 4372. And I just recently knit a cardigan in this yarn, and I had like 3 balls left. And I didn't really know what to do with 3 balls, so I bought extra to knit the Olga sweater. So I just bought a couple more of these skeins because for the stripes I had some heavy merino from Knitting for Olive in stash in this white color that I had. It was leftover skeins as well from a sweater number 24 by My Favorite Things Knitwear that I knit in January of this year. So I decided to use some of those skeins and dye them. And I already dyed them and I rolled up the yarn, so it's kind of hard to see, but I was aiming for a actually white yarn with like burgundy speckles, burgundy pink speckles, and it ended up being more just like pink yarn. There are some darker spots and speckles. What I didn't figure on was that this is a non-superwash yarn, so it's much more difficult to do speckles on it, and the color like bleeds more, and it was a new dye to me as well, so I didn't know how it would react to how it would be to dye with it, because every dye like acts differently. So it was kind of an experiment, but I think it turned out really well. I dyed like five balls, and I do really like them. My husband thinks they're really nice. I called them blackberry ice cream, because that's kind of what they remind me of. And I do think they'll go well with the Sunday, the double Sunday. So it will still be a really nice sweater. I just don't know if this was exactly the color I was going for. I wanted this to be more white, so like higher contrast. But I'm still going for it. But it's not like, this is something I'm gonna knit up in the fall. At least I won't cast it on until I get back from my vacation. Probably not till later. I'm thinking like September, something like that. Okay, so I also purchased a yarn club from Cleogat. She's another Danish hand dyer. I really like her yarns. She has her yarn club, like a monthly yarn club. For this year is like fantasy animals or beings, creatures. So I really wanted to try on the yarn club in mohair, because I've always like done it with just sock yarn, and I really wanted to like try something else. So this one I decided to try the mohair one, and it is absolutely gorgeous. This is Mermaid. So it's like really blue, green, like intense petroleum teal kind of color, but still some gold and some pinks and some, it is really, really, really beautiful. I skimmed up one of them. I got 2 of for each month. I bought 3 months worth and 2 each month of the same. So this is for May. This is for May. So if you see here, you can see how it's really, really beautiful. Yeah. So I knew this was coming. I just didn't. This wasn't bought for my birthday money. This was something I prepaid for a long time ago. So I knew this was coming and I knew I would need something to knit with it. So with my birthday money, I bought some yarn from Knitting for Olive. And I'm trying not to make too much noise here. I got this cotton merino in the color pearl gray, and I haven't, that's not true, I have knit with cotton merino before and I knew I really liked it, but it's been like years. And I figured with it being a cotton merino and then holding it with the mohair, maybe it wouldn't be too warm of a sweater. I think it will still be a warm sweater, but you do what you do. But yeah, the thought process behind getting this yarn was that maybe I could wear it like spring and autumn as well, because I just recently knit a cloud sweater by Petite Knit, and I really, really like that one. And I figured I could knit another one with this yarn and then this yarn held together. And of course I didn't know which color the mermaid was gonna be, but I figured like blues. I wasn't picturing something this saturated, and that's on me, because usually she either does really deep dark saturated colors, or she goes really pastel, like soft colors. She does both of those things really, really well. And in my head I was like, mermaid, she's gonna go pastel. I can't go wrong with a light gray. But I did. And I did try to knit these up in a swatch, and it just doesn't look right. It really doesn't. It doesn't look good. So yeah. So now I don't know what to do with either of these things, but I will figure it out, because like this is beautiful and it has to be knit with, and this is like workhorse yarn. I'll figure it out. I'll do something with it. But the next month's yarn club for June is Purple Dragon, is like the inspiration picture. So I also bought this artichoke purple from Knitting for Olive in the hopes, this is merino yarn, just 100% merino yarn, in the hopes that this will go with next month's yarn club. And now I'm really worried because this one didn't pan out. So yeah, but I'm hoping this will work. And yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what to, if I'm gonna knit another cloud sweater, or if I want to do something else, because I don't want to end up with 4 cloud sweaters either. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe I'll do a blouse number 1 from my favorite things to wear with this one. Yeah, really like it. But the last thing I got from Knitting for Olive is their soft silk mohair in this unicorn purple. And this is to go with a yarn I got like last month or the month before for a project I'm intending to do this fall, a winter project, like a large, heavy sweater, lots of cables by Augustine's. So this is just gonna go in stash for now and become something beautiful for winter. Yeah, and then this is what I got for my birthday money. But then it was also Mother's Day here in Denmark last Sunday, and my husband got me something. Yeah, he got it for me, he paid for it, I chose it. But because this blue yarn was intended to be a cardigan and now it's not, I still really wanted a blue cardigan. So I bought Sunday from Fisnished and this Kitsita from Gepard. This is a new color and I just had to have it. It is gorgeous. Gorgeous. I had to have it. It's like luminous. And I think they go like okay together. I have to knit up a swatch to see, but I do think they'll end up just being this sort of blue, kind of. But yeah, so this I intend on being a Paul sweater by who is it? Can't remember. I'll write it on the screen, but the Paul cardigan, which is the pattern I've wanted to do for a long time. I just haven't figured out what yarn to use. This is my absolute favorite mohair. It is so soft. Like even the knitting for olive, and I know a lot of people love knitting for olive, it's not as soft as this stuff, in my opinion. In my opinion, I love this. So this, again, is not something that's going to be knit up right away, but definitely something I'm thinking of starting as soon as I get back from summer holidays. Yep. So that was it, guys, for purchases. I think it was a lot. For me, it was a lot. But yeah, thank you so much for staying. And I hope to see you soon again. I hope to do an episode in English again soon, because I really enjoy it. And yeah, please, if you want to, write a comment, give me a like or a subscribe if you feel like it. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.